Tannins are the secondary metabolites which are in the form of solution in cell sap or distinct vacuoles. They are known as astringents from long time. They are used in leather industry to prevent putrefaction. Putrefaction is the final stage of death or decomposition. They are chemically complex organic substances contains polyphenols. They have high molecular weight. They are devoid of nitrogen. They are non-crystalline substances. General test. Tannins will precipitate alkaloids, gelatin. Tannins are precipitated by calcium of copper and tannins are precipitated by chromic acid solution. It is also get precipitates by ferric chloride, and whereas it gives bluish black or brownish green color. So one of the tests to identify tannins is gold beater skin test. Here the ox intestine is treated with HCl to make skin as permeable to tannins which are present in the solution, which is known as the very prime step known as swelling. So after swelling was done, it had to be rinsed with water. So then after that, it is the tanning procedure have to be done. So in tanning procedure, whatever the rinsed ox intestine, it have to be kept in the tannin solution for 5 minutes. After that, the washings have to be carried out to remove the excess tannin content. Later, the staining have to be done. It have to be treated with ferrous sulfate. So it shows black or brown color. So this is about gold beater skin test. Let us see about the classification of tannins. Based upon the chemical nature or behavior towards dry distillation process, they are divided into two types. So one is hydrolyzable tannins and the other one is non-hydrolyzable tannins. Hydrolyzable tannins are hydrolyzed by enzymes or acids, and these hydrolyzed products are gallic acid or E-gallic acid. Upon dry distillation, it yields pyrogalol, and upon treatment with ferric chloride, it gives blue color. Examples are myrobalan and Arjuna. Whereas coming for non-hydrolyzable tannins, so here they are not hydrolyzed, they are decomposed to flobafenes. Upon dry distillation, it yields catechol, and upon treatment with ferric chloride, it gives blue color. So these are the structures of gallic acid, pyrogallic acid, and catechol. Let us see about few examples of tannins. So here is the drug black catechu. So it is commonly called as Kutch catechu and catechu nigrum. So the black catechu is the extract which is prepared from heartwood of Acacia catechu belonging to the family Leguminosae. Coming for the pale catechu, it is commonly called as pale catechu, terra japonica and gambier. It is the extract which is prepared from leaves and young shoots of Ancaria gambier belonging to the family Rubiaceae. The third drug is Pterocarpus, which is commonly called as Bigesel, Indian kino tree, red sandalwood, Rakta Chandan. So, and it is the biological source is the dried juice of Pterocarpus marsupium belonging to the family Leguminosae. Whenever we are going to see about the black catechu chemical constituents, it contains catechu tannic acid, acacatechin, and it also contains of small amounts of quercetin. Catechin is a flavanol, a type of natural phenol and antioxidant. It is a plant of secondary metabolite. Whereas coming for pale catechu, it contains 7 to 33% of catechins, catechu tannic acid at the level of 22 to 50%, and it also consists of quercetin. Apart from black catechu, it consists a fluorescent substance known as gambier fluorescence. So here the catechin is a flavantriol, a type of natural phenol and antioxidant. It is a plant secondary metabolite. Coming for the pterocarpus, it contains 70 to 80% of quinotannic acid, quino red and K-pyrocatechin, gallic acid. Quinotannic acid is a glucosidal tannin. Quino red is an anhydride of quinoin. Quinoin, in the presence of oxidase enzyme, it forms insoluble flobafine. It consists of xanthol, pterocarpin and homopterocarpin. The therapeutic uses of black catechu is for dyeing and tanning industry. Catechu is considered as one of the most potent herbal medicines used for anti-diarrhea and anti-ulcer. Likewise, pale catechu acts as a local astringent, dyeing and tanning industry. Catechu is included in mouthwashes, gargles used for gum disease, gingivitis, pain and swelling inside the mouth, and sore throat and mouth ulcers. Pterocarpus is a powerful astringent which is used in the treatment of diarrhea and dysentery. It is also used in dyeing and tanning industry as well. Let us see about the resins. Resins are the amorphous substances. These are the mixtures of essential oil and oxygenated products with terpenes and carboxylic acid. They are translucent, solids, semi-solids or liquid substances. They are heavier than water which becomes soft when heated. They are electrically non-conductive. These are end products of metabolism which stores in schizogenous ducts or glands. They are chemically organic acids or alcohols or esters and neutral resins. They are insoluble in water, partially in light petroleum. So based upon the type of content, the resins were classified into acid resins, ester resins and resinols. So in the acid resins, the example is abitic acid which is present in colophony and sandrocolic acid which is present in sandrac. In the case of ester resins, the example is coniferyl benzoate and cinnamyl cinnamate which is present in the benzoin, and resinols or Peru resinotanol is the example which is present in balsam of Peru. So here are the drugs. The benzoin, it is commonly called as Sumatra benzoin or Loban. It is a balsamic resin which is obtained from Styrac benzoin or Styrantone chinensis belonging to the family Styraceae, and it is widely distributed in southern Eastern Asia and Thailand. Whereas coming for Google, it is commonly called as Central Delium, Gum Google and Comifera veti. It is an oleogum resin which is upon deep incision in the stem bark of Comifera veti. It is widely distributed in Africa and India. So ginger is commonly called as gingerin. It is the oleoresin which is produced after percolation of powdered rhizomes of Gingiber officinalis and Gingiberaceae. Let us see about the chemical constituents of benzoin and Google and ginger. Sumatra benzoin contains a chemistry. Whenever we are going to see the chemistry, Sumatra benzoin is free balsamic acid, and it also consists of suma-resinolic acid, triterpenoid and cia-resinolic acid, whereas Siam benzoin consists of coniferyl benzoate, styrol, vanillin. Whereas coming for benzoic acid, it is the simplest aromatic carboxylic acid which results in the which will be present in the Siam benzoin. Like in the form of Google, it contains oleogum devoid of cinnamic acid and benzoic acid like benzoin. Terpenes, it also consists of terpenes, myrcene or caryophyllene. It also consists of gugulosterone Z, E-gugulosterone, gugulosterol 1, 2 and 3. Gugulosterone, it is a phytosteroid. In case of ginger, it consists of 18 to 35% of volatile oil, gingerol, gingerone, shogayol. Gingerol is a beta hydroxy ketone, that is 5 hydroxy decan 3 one substituted by a 4 hydroxy 3 methoxy phenyl moiety at position 1. Benzoin, it is used as expectorant antiseptic compound tincture of benzoin, which is especially used for inhalation purpose. Google is used as an anti-inflammatory, anti-rheumatic, hypolipidemic and hypocholesteremic. Ginger is used as a flavor in carbonated beverages, spice, and it is also used commercially. Let us see about the next three drugs. So here we are going to discuss about Asafoetida, which is commonly called as Asafoetida gum, Asafoetida devil's dung. So here it is the oleogram resin which is obtained on the incision on rhizomes and roots of Ferula foetida belonging to the family Umbelliferae. It is widely distributed in Central Asia. It consists of asa-resinotanol as a chief constituent. Coming to the myrrh, it is commonly called as bole, gum, myrrh, mirha. It is an oleogum resin which is obtained from Commiphora mole belonging to the family Burseraceae, and this plant is widely distributed in Africa and Arab. It consists of a chief constituent known as commiphoric acid. Coming to the colophony, it is commonly called as rosin, rosina, colophonium, resin, amber, resin, pine resin, and it is the residue which is obtained after distillation of oil from Pinus species belonging to the family Pinaceae. It is belongs to the place America, Pakistan and India. It consists of 90% of abatic acid, and these are all the structures regarding umbellic acid, ferulic acid, umbelliferone and abatic acid. So the uses of asafoetida is it is used as carminative, intestinal flatulence, powerful nervine, stimulant, flavoring agent, whereas Google is used as stimulant, it is antiseptic, mouthwashes and gargles. So the other use is diuretic, preparation of ointments, varnishes, soaps and printing inks. Let us see about the next category, so that is glycosides. Glycosides are defined as, we know that in previous semester we have learned about what is a glycoside. It consists of two moieties, glycone moiety and a glycone moiety, whereas a glycone moiety will exert the therapeutic activity, whereas glycone moiety will helps the glycone moiety in transportation and absorption. So based upon the nature of glycone moiety, based upon the nature of aglycone moiety, how these two moieties were linked, all these based upon these characteristics, the glycosides were classified chemically in four different aspects. So let us see about a few examples under glycosides in this semester. So the very first drug is senna. It is commonly of two types, Tinalveli senna and Alexandrian senna. Tinalveli senna is commonly called as senna leaf, Sennaiki patti, Tinalveli senna. Whereas coming for Alexandrian senna, it is commonly called as Folia senna, Alexandrine, Cassia senna and Egyptian senna. So coming for Tinalveli senna, it is the dried leaflets of Cassia angustifolia belonging to the family Leguminosae. Whereas coming for Alexandrian senna, it is the dried leaflets of Cassia acutifolia belonging to the family Leguminosae. Bitter almond, it is commonly called as Amygdala amara. It is the dried ripened seeds of Prunus amygdalus belonging to the family Rosaceae. Let us see about the chemical constituents and chemistry of senna and bitter almond. So in senna we can see the presence of two anthraquinone glycosides, sennoside A and B, sennoside B and C, ring 8 diglucoside, aloimodine, rene camphorol, and two naphthalene glycosides, Tinalveli glycoside, 6 hydroxy muscin glycoside. Sennoside is a C glycoside which is a diastereoisomeric mixture containing sennoside A and B. Whereas bitter almond, it is 40 to 50% fixed oil. It contains 20 proteins, and the enzyme bitter glycoside, it contains known as amygdalin. Upon hydrolysis, it yields 80% of benzaldehyde and 2 to 6% of hydrocyanic acid. Amygdalin is a cyanogenic glucoside. It is a cyanogenic glycoside derived from aromatic amino acid known as phenylalanine. Coming for therapeutic uses, it is purgative in constipation, senna. The anthraquinone irritates and stimulates the colon, thereby movements are increased due to local action. The increase in peristalsis causes reduction in water absorption, which results in soft and bulky fecus, and it also produces gripping effect due to imodine content. Whereas sedate Whereas the other drug is sedative due to presence of hydrocyanic acid, acts as demulcent in perfumery, and it should not be used in flavoring of foods. So the next drug is about aloe. Under aloe there are four different varieties based upon its geographical source. So these four varieties are Cape, Curaçao, Socotrine and Zanzibar. It is commonly called as aloe. The whatever the biological source is, it is the solid residue which is obtained from evaporating the liquid, which is obtained by make a cut at the base of the leaves of aloe ferox, aloe barbadensis, aloe perryi belonging to the family Liliaceae. Whereas Cape Alo is its geographical origin of Cape Alo is South Africa and Kenya, whereas Curacova type is islands of Curacova and Socotra is islands of Socotra, and whereas Zanzibar is Zanzibar. So let us see about the principal constituent. It consists of aloin, barbaloin, isobarbaloin, aloimodin, and it also consists about resin, allosin. Aloin B is a C-glycosyl compound. It is extracted from natural sources, which is a mixture of two diastereomers termed as aloin A and aloin B, which have similar and chemical properties. Aloin is an anthraquinone glycoside as it contains anthraquinone skeleton, which is modified by the addition of a sugar molecule. If you see about the therapeutic uses, it uses as a purgative, carminative, anti-inflammatory treatment of burns and wounds. It shows good moisturizing property and it shows antimicrobial property. Hence, it is widely used in cosmetic products, and it also shows anti-wrinkle property. The adulterants are nattal aloes, mocha aloes, and black cat. Let us talk about iridoids. These are monoterpenes. It consists of cyclopentyl pyronoid skeleton. Iridoids are named after ants of Iridomyrmex genus, from which they were isolated, and these compounds were involved in defense mechanisms of insects, iridoidal, iridomyrmecin, and related compounds. It is generally 10 carbons. It consists of glucoside glycosidic linkage between OH group of anomeric carbon of D-glucose and OH group in the first position of aglycone. First position of aglycone. They are biosynthesized from acetate mevalonate pathway. They are delicate due to their great instability. Let us see about gentian, artemisia, and taxus. Gentian is an iridoid glycoside. It is commonly called as Indian gentian and Kutki picosa. It is obtained from the biological source is dried rhizomes of Picosa curoa belonging to the family Scrofulariaceae, which is the family of Digitalis. It is widely distributed in India and China. Coming for Artemisia, it is an sesquiterpenoid compound it contains. It is sweet. It is commonly called as sweet anise, wormweed, quinhao. It is the herb of Artemisia, whole herb of Artemisia annua belonging to the family Asteraceae. It is widely distributed in China, Europe, and America. Now, coming for taxus, it is also known as diterpenoid. It is commonly known as yew, Talispatra, Himalayan yew, and the dried leaves of bark and roots of Taxus baccata, Taxus brevifolia, Taxus canadensis, and Taxus cuspidate belonging to the family Taxaceae. And this is the plant which is widely distributed in India, Canada, and America. So coming for ginseng, it consists of picroside 1, 2 and kutkoside, gentiopicroside. According to BP, that is British Pharmacopoeia, the bitterness value should not be less than 10,000. So whereas coming for artemisia, it consists of artemisinin, deoxyartemisinin, artemisinic acid, amirin, luteolin. It shows the presence of lactone ring and a peroxide group. It is 8-hydroxy santonin derivative which is responsible for the bitter taste of the drug. Coming for taxus, it consists of chief constituent taxol, cephalamine 10-deacetyl becatin 3. It is a taxol is a diterpenoid alkaloidal drug. It contains nitrogen atom which is not incorporated in diterpene skeleton. The side chains in taxol contains aromatic rings which are derived from shikimic acid via phenylalanine. It possesses 4-membered oxetane ring and complex ester side chain in their structures. Let us see about the uses of gentian. It is bitter tonic, febrifuge, laxative, antibacterial effect, and it is the drug which is traditionally used in GIT infections, anti-inflammatory and wound healing. So coming for artemisia, it is used as anti-malarial, anti-HIV, anti-inflammatory and cytotoxic, whereas Taxol is anti-cancer drug which works out against lung carcinoma, gastric and cervical cancer, and also carcinomas of head, neck, prostate and colon. Let us see about a few points regarding carotenoids. They are the group of non-nitrogenous yellow, orange or red pigments which are widely distributed in living things. They are also called tetraterpenoids, which contains 8 isoprene units, which contains 40 carbon atoms. They are over 600 known carotenoids. They are lipophilic compounds which are soluble in oils and organic solvents. They can be isomerized by heat, acid and light. Many carotenoids exhibit spectral shifts with various agents, and these spectral changes are used for identification. Carotenoids are easily oxidized. There are different types of carotenoids. It is classified into two classes. So one is keratin and the other one is xanthophylls. Kerotenes are purely hydrocarbons. For example, alpha keratin, beta carotene and lycopene, whereas xanthophylls contains oxygen. For example, beta cryptoxanthin, lutein, zeaxanthin. So coming for carotenoid functions, they are used as antioxidant, enhances immune function and acts as UV skin protectant, pro-vitamin A activity. Whereas coming for the example, lycopene is a number of carotenoid gives characteristic red color to tomato, watermelon and orange. The other type of carotenoid containing oxygen molecule, so that is xanthophyll. The source is dark leafy greens such as spinach, broccoli, which is used as an antioxidant and cataract. The coming for other example, beta carotene. It is also known as provitamin A, and the sources are yellow foods like carrot. It belongs to tetraterpenoids. It contains 40 carbon atoms, which builds up about 4 terpene units, each containing 10 carbon atoms. They take the form of polyene hydrocarbon chain, which is terminated by rings, may or may not have additional oxygen atoms attached. The general structure of carotenoid is a polyene chain consisting of 9 to 11 double bonds and possible terminating rings. And this is about the general structure of carotenoids, which was stated in the diagram. And these are the few examples of lycopene and lutein.